do this shit! Triple THS is brought to you by DraftKings.com and the support of 147 Patreon backers like you. What's up, fight fans? I'm the picogram in the swimming pool of salty water, or whatever the fuck that explanation was, of mixed martial arts, Tommy Toehold, and welcome to the 2018 Reddit MMA Awards. I don't know what the fuck this set is I'm standing on. Award shows are super abstract. This is my 5th year in a row hosting. I am absolutely honored that you don't hate me enough to ask me to stop, and I can't believe after 7 years that I'm still able to make a living with my YouTube channel. But hey, I'm not on Fox anymore and my channel's been demonetized, so maybe not for long. But enough about my crumbling life. Let's talk MMA in 2018. What a crazy fucking year it's been. I feel like I say that every year. Conor and Khabib had their whole violent assault thing. There were all kinds of double champs. Everyone lost faith in USADA's ability to do anything. One championship was snatching up contracts like a prime WCW. John Jones, the whole event to another fucking state. Fedor got sponsored by Papa John's. Brock Lesnar yelled at people. Justin Gaethje won a fight without getting 19 concussions. It's been a great fucking time. And now we're gonna celebrate the best and the brightest as voted on by the 700,000 member r/MMA community. Our first category tonight is breakout female fighter, and lots of people got the fuck after it this year. Jessica Rose Clark, Marion Renault, Mackenzie Dern, but with 40.1% of your votes, the breakout female fighter of the year choked out Alexa Grasso, beat the shit out of Carla Esparza, and she can wrestle the fuck out of somebody. She is the undefeated Tatiana Suarez.
Thank you so much for this award, RMMA. I'm about to go Matt Hughes circa 2003 on this whole division, carrying people across the cage and then slamming them down and getting a stoppage. American wrestling's a motherfucker. See you next year in the Fighter of the Year category. Wrestling. Woo!
The breakout male fighter of 2018 should have been a really hard category to win. You got guys like Zabit Magomedsharipov, fucking Gregor Gillespie, Jeff Neal, Dominic Reyes, yet it was not even close, and that's a testament to just how scary good this dude is and the year that he had. He tore through 4 opponents in 2018, making his UFC debut back in February. He netted 3 performance of the night bonuses, and he's on his way to making all of us feel sad as fuck when he destroys Anderson Silva. With 67.8% of your vote, the 2018 breakout male fighter is Israel Adesanya.
2018 Breakout Fighter of the Year, 2019 Fighter of the Year, 2020 Lifetime Achievement Award, 2021 r/MMA Hall of Fame, 2022, you're going to rename r/MMA to r/Stylebender. Now, to you, that's all going to happen in the next 5 years, but to me, it all happened simultaneously. I'm on some Dr. Manhattan shit. Thank you for all 5 of these milestones.
There's a saying that those who can't do teach, which I always thought was insulting as fuck. Maybe they don't want to do it. And you know, what are you supposed to do when you get older? Just walk away from the thing you're really good at? Bunch of assholes that say that shit. The best coach of 2018 has a gym that is filled with axe-murdering champions, and I'd say that's a pretty good reason to win this category. Your coach of the year is AKA's Javier Mendez.
Reddit, thank you so much for this award. AKA had a really strong year. I know in the past we've been criticized for the number of injuries that come from our camp, and maybe chainsaws aren't safe equipment to use during sparring, but you can't argue with championships, and we got a bunch of them. Thank you.
MMA often delivers gold when it comes to sports quotes. Who could forget "send me location this year" or "push me now, go to sleep later"? But it's rare that an athlete reaches beyond the MMA bubble and ventures into territory with the all-time greats like Neil Armstrong or Benjamin Franklin. And this year's winner with 42.8% of your votes has reached that status. The 2018 quote of the year is "My balls was hot" by Derek Lewis.
Does any money come with this award? Reddit, hit me up with a check, PayPal me or something. I'm just playing. Thanks though. I'm gonna go celebrate by doing some freaky John Jones shit.
We have a new category this year, and that is the best image of 2018. This award is awarded to the image that is the best one that was taken in 2018. Pretty much exactly what it sounds like. The winner in this category won by 0.5%. It was that close, so I gotta show you the number 2 image. It's Brian Ortega looking all sorts of fucked up. What a messed up sport we watch. But your winner with 18.8% is this image by Harry Howe of Tony Ferguson being Tony Ferguson in his natural state, covered in somebody's blood.
Hey, Tony Ferguson's the kind of guy who wins a Reddit MMA award for a picture covered in blood. See, I can meme too. All these other guys, they're the right Twix, I'm the left Twix. So think about that for a minute.
We now move on to my favorite category every single year, and that is the most what the fuck moment. Triple THS strictly deals in what the fuck moments, and wow, was 2018 full of them. Remember when Ngannou and Miocic went the distance? Remember when Brock Lesnar invaded the UFC like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash? Remember when Alexei Olenek can't fucking stop getting Ezekiel chokes? How about everything that happened leading up to UFC 229? Well, all that shit seems normal compared to our winner with 43.7% of your vote. The most what the fuck moment of the year goes to Khabib hopping the cage and going for the Eagle Bear smash on Dylan Dennis post-fight.
This award #1 bullshit in all of Reddit. This was no WTF. He talk, so he gets slipped. This is how things work in the real world. This was not game. This was real big time consequence for him. I didn't get slapped, but I landed a right hand that you probably still haven't recovered from. Congratulations on accepting an award with the best MMA fighter of all time. Okay, WTF Part 2 is about to happen if you don't get off this stage right now.
Another new category this year is the Eureka Award for Best Meme / Photoshop of 2018. There were some strong contenders for this inaugural award. Yoel and Luke kissing, Habib looking solid, but the winner this year is the only entry in this category that will make you cry. And that is, of course, with 33.4% of your votes, r/MMA's A Beautiful Ride. Now, fight fans, I cannot show you any of this video as I will be immediately copyright struck by 7 different entities, but there is a link in the description. If you haven't watched this video yet, you need to do yourself a favor and watch it because it's absolutely amazing. Congrats on the first ever Eureka Award. And speaking of awards named after users, it's time for the always popular Tragically English Spinning Shit Award, which is a celebration of all things spinny, and holy fuck, how did they even do that? The 2018 winner isn't exactly spinning shit, but it's definitely worthy of the spirit of this award, and you absolutely already know who I'm talking about. The Tragically English Spinning Shit Award goes to Yair Rodriguez and his up elbow on Korean Zombie.
Wow, thank you so much, guys. I throw a ton of spinning shit, so to win this award with something that isn't even spinning, this means a lot to me. Remember when I got cut from the UFC for like 5 seconds, but now I'm back and knocking people out in ways that don't even make sense? MMA is a weird-ass place.
Rivalries are what makes this sport go round. If you look at the biggest money-making fights in the history of MMA, they're usually due to some seriously bad blood. TJ and Cody had their beefs this year, Covington and Dos Anjos, and the UFC, Rose and Joanna. But let's be real here, not a damn single one of those rivalries included bus attacks, suspensions, arrests, people brawling after a fight, or 2 of the weirdest press conferences I've ever seen in my life. The biggest rivalry of 2018 with 61.8% of your votes was Conor McGregor versus Habib Nurmagomedov.
r/MMA, thank you for this. This is why we do these things. We do them for you guys, the fans. This isn't about the money anymore. It is about money. I would like to receive my money from this fight, but it's held up by #1 kangaroo bullshit court. All of this, the boost, the blue lips, the brown, proper 12 whiskey, it was just business. This was all very personal. When I smashed you and your team was not business. Proper knock it was. My assessment of the fight though was that in round 3, I don't want to hear. I make you cluck like chicken. End of story. Now I fight Floyd Mayweather in boxing for big time money. Good fucking luck with that.
The UFC is not the only show in town, as was apparent this year with the big money moves that one championship made, as well as the continued touring of our favorite fighters from 2003 in Bellator. I mean, hell, Ryzen got Floyd Mayweather for fuck's sake. But the best event outside the UFC in 2018 featured 2 of the best fighters in the world that aren't in the UFC headlining, along with, of course, some of your favorite fighters from 2003. The best non-UFC show of the year was Bellator 206.
Hey, thank you guys. Bellator 206 was a very special night on DAZN. We're going to continue to bring you guys amazing up-and-coming talent like Aaron Pico, as well as weird what-if scenarios, like what would happen if you took an aging Fedor and made him fight a prime Ryan Bader. Well, we're going to find out. It may not always be the best fight, but you're definitely going to tune in and be like, well, that was something. Lots more coming in 2019. We're going to try to get Hickson Gracie versus Dylan Dennis this year. Big stuff. Thank you, guys.
Delivering on the hype of a card is hard. It seems like one person trips over a wire, and suddenly an entire card is just ruined completely. But there was one card this year that was hyped to the point that it would not even be possible that it could live up to the expectations, and somehow it lived up to the fucking expectations. The 2018 UFC event of the year is UFC 229.
Wow, thanks fucking goofs. We managed to get My Balls Was Hot, Tony Ferguson versus Anthony Pettis in a bloodbath, and then Habib versus Conor plus a post-fight brawl all on the same card. Now that's how you fucking do it. 2.4 million pay-per-view buys. That was like getting 2.4 Brock Lesnar cards without even having fucking Brock Lesnar. The rematch will probably get us just as much as that. We just need like 1 or 2 bus attacks sprinkled in from now to then. UFC 229 Part 2 is gonna win card of the year next year. I fucking guarantee it.
There were some slick-ass submissions in 2018. Ilir Latifi standing guillotine, Alexei Olenik's Ezekiel choke, OSP subbing Tyson Pedro, Jojo Calderwood's triangle, but there was only one submission that simultaneously made us sad and happy with how quickly it went down, and also in awe of the expertise that was on display, and that was Ryan Hall's super slick heel hook finish on BJ Penn. It is your submission of the year 2018.
Wow, thank you guys so much. I'll be honest, it felt really horrible doing that to BJ Penn, but somebody had to do it for the sake of BJ Penn, and I feel like I did it in the most humane way possible. Minus all the knee-popping, tendon-shredding stuff. But hey, it's better than knocking him unconscious. Thanks for understanding, guys.
What a hard category to win this year. Knockout of the year. So many equal contenders. It's amazing anyone could decide on just one. Come on, it's Yair Rodriguez KOing Korean Zombie with 49.5% of your vote. What in the world else did you expect to win this category this year? Take it away, Yair.
Wow, I'm up here again. Thank you, guys. Fun fact, the elbow I threw, I was actually trying to give him a reverse high five. We were being super friendly at the end of the fight after having such an awesome bout. So I was thinking like, yeah, man, one more super sweet high five to end out the show. But I mistimed it and that elbow just landed perfectly at the last second. So yeah. That worked out pretty well. Good stuff.
MMA is amazing because you have a 5-round fight, and if 4 of those rounds are real snoozers, but one of them is the coolest shit you've ever seen, you chalk that fight up as a win. So it only makes sense that the best round of the year would get its own category. There were some incredible rounds in 2018. The first round of Miocic versus Ngannou was pretty nuts. The third round of Whitaker-Romero 2. The second round of Alvarez-Poirier 2. But without a doubt, the most all-out awesome round in 2018 saw a crazy pace, everybody getting blasted, blood and guts. The round was so badass after it was over, the fight couldn't continue. The 2018 round of the year with 44% of your votes is round 2 of Tony Ferguson versus Anthony Pettis.
When I took this fight, we said baseball and super punch-out were going to be the keys. And I think this round proved exactly that. The problem with fighting me is, these guys, they can prepare for me, but if I listen to Bohemian Rhapsody before I go out there instead of Margaritaville, those are 2 completely different fights. Rehab my knee in 3 days. Normally takes a year. 3 days after surgery, I was kicking bowling balls into a basketball hoop. Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Not all fights are going to set the world on fire. It's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes styles clash and things don't work out. And I'm not gonna lie, there were some real shit shows this year. But there's something about a super hyped up fight, a fight that on paper looks like it's going to be the greatest and most violent matchup you could possibly imagine. And then when the reality of the bout sets in, you just didn't get even remotely what you thought in your mind, which is why with 60.1% of your vote, the worst fight of 2018 is Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis.
Hey, don't look at me on this one. My back was messed up. This big-ass dude should have knocked me out.
I am ashamed.
This is what it's all about, right? The best fight of the year. What's great about this category is that you don't need to be a huge star. You don't need to be on the biggest card. You could be on the Fight Pass prelims of UFC middle of fucking nowhere, and you could still have a fight of the year. This year's winner happens to be a massive fight, but that's besides the point. With 50.2% of your vote, your fight of the year is Robert Whitaker versus Yoel Romero 2.
Wow, I'm so honored to be up here again. Last year when I won, I talked about what a horrible experience it was fighting Yoel for the first time, and the second time was just as awful. He was some kind of demon from hell, mate. I hope I never have to fend you off again.
Bobby Knuckles, I love you. I see you real soon.
I truly hope not.
Timken, I sound this. I'm so sorry, Timken. It was an accident. I'm so sorry, Timken. Thank you for this award, you guys. Timken, I'm so sorry. And now it's time for our top honors of the year. You can have a great team, you can have a great fight, but at the end of the year, who was the very best individual fighter? That's what everyone wants to know. First up, we have the female fighter of the year, and this one wasn't even close, which is a testament to how unbelievable 2018 was for this fighter. The closest in voting was Rose Namajunas, but Rose Namajunas didn't knock out the greatest ever in less than a minute and become a double champ with 92% of your vote. The female fighter of the year is Amanda Nunes.
Wow, you guys, thank you so much. Dana White, I'm the best female fighter in history. Put me in the Hall of Fame. Put me on the talk shows. Put me in Expendables. I want an interview with AC Slater. Nobody gonna take any belt away from me, so give me AC Slater, Donna.
And finally, we have our male fighter of the year. Again, a really incredible year for a lot of fighters. Robert Whitaker, TJ Dillashaw, Gegard Mousasi, but nobody on this list can call themselves the double champ except for the winner with 57.3% of your votes. The male fighter of the year 2018 is Daniel Cormier.
Okay, Reddit. Thank you, guys. Started off the year by defending my light heavyweight title. Then I went up and won the heavyweight title. Then I defended that. I'm the only champ in history to defend both belts. And nobody's ever gonna beat that. I'm getting that Brock Lesnar payday in 2019, and I'm riding off into the sunset, the greatest heavyweight of all time, the greatest double champ of all time, and not once did a picogram show up on any of my tests. Fuck you, John Jones, and thank you, Reddit.
Wow, what a journey we just took together. I had so much fun. Thank you again to the r/MMA community. It's an absolute honor to be up here. See you next year if I still exist. Hey, hold up real quick. Let me get some shout-outs in this motherfucker. Tebow82 for being the 82nd Tebow, King of Evil, Sam Marfleet, Chris motherfucking Slade, Eric Marcotti, Ross McKiller B. Kildup, Slap Shoes for stocking slapping some shoes, my homie Hardjock Jag Paul, Adam Secord, Dr. James Savage Esquire, the motherfucking Lawrence Ward, Burst Topelkovich for having Stipe in his name, and Shecky Palermo for being the fuck out of Shecky Palermo, motherfucker. Whoop!